Okay. Can they hear us now? Okay, so go to live chat. Fuck me.
It's still not working.
There's nobody in there.
Well, of course not. Switched over.
Uh,
It took a minute last time, remember?
all right, let's see if this works this time.
There we go.
Okay, I have no idea.
All right, let's go back.
All right, we are. I apologize for that. I sincerely apologize for that. I have no idea what happened.
I promise y'all, we are not drunk when we get on here.
Indiana Mike, how you doing, man? We have to wait for people to figure out that we had to restart the stream. For some reason, the microphone was not working.
There's Hex.
There's Hex.
Hey, Joseph. Yeah, we saw you. Sorry.
I tested it before we started.
You did.
And it recorded and it worked perfectly, and I have no idea why it didn't work. And then when I unplugged stuff to get it working again, we lost the camera and just it would not come back. So
Barry said cheers. Barry, we promise nobody's drunk. We've been working hard.
Not yet. But at the rate we're going tonight, that may be an option. My gosh. Man, I hope everybody's had a great week so far.
It's been a blessed week for us.
We had a very good week, and we've been extremely blessed.
Yes.
Except we got a puppy that keeps attacking us.
Stop. Yeah.
But so we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff done this week that we moved. You saw the video I posted yesterday of the big changes to the prepper pantry. And
wait, before we get into that.
Before we get into that, hold on a second.
Metcalf. So
yes.
What we were saying when we did not have sound.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody knows what's going on with a couple of the YouTube channels, I'm sure it's a small group in here. Well, not small, but we all watch pretty much the same people. So if you've heard some things and a couple of videos come out, everybody just remember there's a side to the story for everybody. So let's make sure that we get all sides of the story and, just go there. Justin did just put out a video. We haven't been able to watch it. I'm glad that he did. We'll go in and look at it and see what's going on.
So, you Homestead, glad to see you could make it. Yeah. As soon as we're done you're watching.
In Salt Lake City, the Rickster, some a-hole stole my tourniquet from my belt today in Salt Lake City.
$80.
Good grief.
So it's happening all around. It was as soon as you're done watching the live stream, go. So we don't know what it's.
And if you don't know what's going on, don't worry about it. But if you do know what's kind of going on, what people are saying, then definitely go in sides of the story. So
Skane's girl's here.
Hey, Skane.
My gosh.
Glad she made it back.
There's a puppy nose about 2 inches below the camera. She's being a pain.
Yeah. If you guys see me squirming, it's not the puppy. I told G we're gonna have to fire the painter.
Oh yeah, the painter complains way too much.
The painter is a pain in the butt. She whines like I have never heard before.
It's her.
Like bone of my body hurts. Going up the ladder and down the ladder.
Tell me what you've been doing today. What you were doing today.
So I went in the pantry and I started last night and he got done. I immediately went in there, started caulking and all of that. And that was fine last night. But I was just from up, down, up, down, up, down. And then went in there today and it seemed like it was never going to end. And then I was just encouraging the painter, you're not too far away. Keep going, keep going. And the painter continued to whine and I was getting frustrated. And so
were you arguing with your inner monologue.
It was. So I was ready to fire the painter, but I knew if I fired the painter that my pantry would never get done.
Jonathan showed up. How you doing, Jonathan? You guys doing okay with that cold down in Texas? I understand it's supposed to be really bad.
Yeah, I don't know if Starla's in here or not, but man, you guys be careful.
Hey,
so
you guys, everybody that's a moderator, if you would, I'm going to ask that if anybody has a channel, say something about it. Say something about it in chat, and I would ask the moderators if they've got time to post a link to people's chats or people's channels, because we want to start supporting everybody here, and we have not been doing a good job of promoting all our the people that are in chat and promoting their channels. So if you've got a channel and you want it, people know about it, go ahead and say something. We'll see if we can't get it posted here in the chat for everybody to see.
Oh wow, Emporia Gun Show had the tourniquet kits, the GI
$30.
Yeah, you should have bought
them 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember when you could get those when the good cat tees were, my gosh, they were like $4.
Yeah, not anymore.
That wasn't even that long ago, to be honest with you.
Well, there's a lot going on, and so that there was even CDC that came out Friday or Saturday, and they're getting with all the countries, and they want a list of everything they need, especially for citizens that have been exposed to radiation. So they want that list.
Yeah.
And if that tells you anything, everybody's getting desperate at this point. So
Rickster, if you don't mind me asking, is crime like that becoming a problem there in Salt Lake City? And I ask,
our daughter lives up that way.
She lives in that area,
and they've had issues. So
and they don't like sharing stuff like that with us because they know it bothers us.
Yeah. Well, we just want to make sure that their alarm system and all that stuff. They usually put out a wish list. They're good about that. And so they'll put a wish list out on things that they're saving money up for and that kind of thing. And then we try to help with that system that they're doing. But man, there's a lot, and that stuff's expensive too.
Yes, it is. Okay, so updates this week. I'll start this week. Okay.
Oh, fine.
I'll talk about what's going on
sure.
around the homestead. Good news. We had another lamb.
Yeah.
We had our 8th lamb since the Friday before Christmas. And the reason why I did not post a short like I had with all the other ones is because it was a first time mama, and he is really small, and the temperature dropped here. It dropped a good 50, 60 degrees easily.
Yeah.
And because it was in the mid 40s, and it was, well, I guess it's 40 some degrees because it was down near zero the other night after he was born. And I really wasn't quite sure if he was going to make it because it was so cold. But he's a little trooper.
Yeah, he's a champion.
He's got a good set of lungs on him too. He is loud.
Yeah.
But he's doing good. Mama is one of the skittish ones. She's not very bright. I told you that when it comes time to start selling used, that she's one of the ones we need to sell.
Gotta go
because she's not very bright. Yeah, but no. In all seriousness, though, he's doing healthy. All the other lambs are doing great.
Have you heard of Broadcastify? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
I have.
If we sat down and listened to that, we'd probably be more worried than we
are. Yeah, absolutely. And then chicken, the freezing temperatures here. So our chickens are laying 8 eggs a day, and out of the 24 eggs in the last 3 days,
they've been frozen.
Almost half of them have been frozen to the point where the shells are broken. And
which brought another question up.
What's that?
Because I continue to see videos out there talking about canning and all of that. And, glassing, we've done it. In fact, we're pushing a batch that we need we're trying to see how shelf stable we can keep those. And a lot of people say they put their eggs in the freezer.
Well, okay. And you can freeze eggs, but you don't freeze whole eggs. You don't freeze them in the shell because the shells break.
Well, it's my understanding it's the whole egg.
No, you break it and you put
You're saying no, but you don't watch these videos.
Okay. I'm
wondering if anybody else seen that and people
in chat. if you freeze eggs, or you have seen people freeze eggs,
Yeah. Do they crack?
do they freeze them whole, or do they put them
Crack
in
them open
some
and
sort
put
of
them
like
in.
a ice cube tray and freeze them that way? B got 10 of them today. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. And eggs, I don't, eggs are still.
Hey, Potpourri Life.
Yeah.
Hey, Tiger.
Hippocrates Garden.
We're talking so much we're missing saying
Yeah,
hello, but hey, everybody.
Yeah, how you guys doing? You can freeze an egg, break it, then in an ice cube
Ice
tray.
cube tray. Okay, so that's what she's. So channels need to clarify that then.
Yes. I think you have to slightly. Skane says you have to slightly scramble them.
Jonathan, yay!
Jonathan got a canner this week.
That's can. Good. Yes.
Yes.
If you have questions, let me know. Just call me.
You can freeze eggs. You can't. You can freeze eggs. It's just the only thing we're talking about is.
Do you freeze them whole or do you crack them open?
Eagle Lover Texas says crack them and put them in an ice tray.
Okay, so channels need to be more clear.
Yeah.
I'm a professional. Well, not a professional, but I'm a canner, and I would never have thought about putting my eggs in the freezer. But it's very interesting to me that people say that and just assume everybody knows that you need to crack them open.
Skane's girl, my mom's sitter froze some eggs. She advised using silicone or spraying the ice tray. She couldn't get hers out.
Hey, my crooked little.
Yeah, I would think silicone ice cube trays would probably be best. Now that he mentions that.
Yeah.
Johnny, that was funny. I have a lot of gear to Homestead, but I have no land I can live on. Yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're not the only person in that boat, Joseph G.
Yeah.
Land prices. Of course, you know what?
Here's what I would advise, Joseph. So hold on to that gear because you're going to need it. But we're getting to a point now that community is starting to build and everybody is starting to interview each other and get to know each other, building their community. And just like, I hope it's okay. Well, just like some other homesteads that we know, there are several families living on one property. And those tools that you bring, that's a plus. Yep. So, I wouldn't worry about that.
Well, and I'll be honest with you. I think here pretty soon it's going to be a buyer's market because if it crashes like they're expecting it to, land prices are probably going to plummet. There's that piece of land that's just up the road from us that Tag from Lifetime Free did a video on that I sent him. What was it? The one that Chance is selling $600 or $6,000 an acre.
6,000 an acre, and I think there's 34 acres.
6,000 an acre. 6,000 an acre, which is high for this area. Mm-hmm. But pretty soon, I think people are going to understand they can't charge that much. Mm-hmm.
That's right. Hax knows it. Yeah. If you're willing to work and you've got it, people are going to welcome you to their land.
Hippocrates said he's silicone soap molds, 2 eggs in each, once frozen into Ziplocs. Then you pull 2 eggs out at a time, thaw them, scramble to cook, and use them in baking.
That's interesting because when I was talking, so you guys know that I cook a lot with liqueurs and with wine and that kind of thing. And so I was on a search because there's a sherry shortage. And so I was on a search for that. Apparently a vermouth shortage and all this other garbage. And so it's all the way around and with everything. And so I was actually talking to the gal that owns that liquor store. And when she did wine tastings, she was actually letting me know there used to be a woman that would come in and get the wines that were open or that they didn't like and all of that. And then she would do the same thing, put it into the ice cube trays and freeze it and then throw it into a baggie, right? And then she would use that for cooking. I thought that was an excellent idea.
I could see doing that.
What a great way to get free gravy, right? So, and sauce. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Tammy. I'm excited for you guys to see it once it's done. Even from that last video, it's changed a lot. And I spent the last 3 or 4 days, all my free time doing nothing but working in there till like 10 at night. And it still gets pretty cold back there.
Well, you pulled an extra heater in for me today, and so when the caulking that I did last night, it's supposed to dry in a half an hour. And so when I went in there this afternoon, it was not dry. And in fact, he came home from work. I was still back there doing the show, and I was still back there caulking, and it still wasn't. Not all of it was still dry.
Yeah.
So we put an extra heater back there, and hopefully that's going to work. And when we get off here, I can go start painting.
Yeah, but hopefully we're moving stuff in there this weekend.
Yeah.
And like I said in that video, once we start moving stuff into that pantry, it's going to free up space in other places, and we can start actually sorting through. We've been looking for something for somebody that they want to use for the last week, and we can't find it.
And we have seen it. We know it's here. We absolutely know it's here. We moved it. It's here.
It's here, but we cannot. Hey, would you shut up? Seriously, there's no sense. She looks at me that stupid puppy look. But yeah, we can't find it, and so we'll be able to spread stuff out and actually go through. But the good thing is we found all kinds of stuff that
so
we'll be able to use stuff that we've been paying money for.
I told you.
Okay, well, go put her out on a chain then. Sorry, the puppy's terrorizing the cat. Now she's crawling through my tools. Thank God she's cute. Seriously, she's driving me nuts, man. My operator says, "Well, thank you very much. It's definitely been a work in progress." And like I said before, I had it not this even though I'm doing a lot of the work, this is actually a community effort, because I could not have done this without the stuff that Tag taught me and the stuff that Darren over at Hacks from the Gutter taught me.
Well, the things that Hacks has done.
And Hacks has helped me. Hacks has been my electrical guy, because I'm going to do a video about electricity here pretty soon. I got
with him, right?
No. This is something I have to share. We found something out last week, and I have to share it with you guys. But I don't want to ruin the surprise of the video.
I don't even know what it is. So
yeah, I told you. Hey, Spags, what's up?
Hey, Spags. Guess what happened today? We were also silent. No, we were on silent, so nobody knows. The distributor.
Oh yeah. Oh, cul-de-sacs in Jackson County. We were in Cass County up until 14 months ago.
Yeah. So Spags, I found a wholesale distributor for candy, and they accepted our account.
Yes. So
we're golden.
Yes, we are. That's something else. That's another change that's happened this week. Is we have made the conscious decision to start working towards getting a business up and running of some sort.
Yeah, well, it looks like the freeze drying business
we're getting
there.
We're going to put together a business plan, and we're going to talk to somebody about.
We have a couple of people actually pushing and willing to help.
How to develop it. I met somebody today that works with Kansas University. That there's a program for agritourism. It's actually to promote agritourism in the state of Kansas. We're going to be moving forward on this, and we're gathering information right now.
And filling information out. So there's some stuff that we have to send back and forth, but we'll get all that stuff done. And oh my gosh, I'm amazed. You guys, when I tell you that we have been blessed this week, actually the entire year. Yes. It's been since January 1st. Tears are coming to my eyes.
2022, I've said it before, I'll say it again. 2022 sucked. But it's amazing. It's amazing how much having the right attitude makes a difference. Only Jesus Saves says, New American Standard Bible, 11:11. Whoever believes in him will not be disappointed. Amen. Amen.
We've been building the community, and we have Indiana Mike and MMR moving here. And we had talked last week that, we were going to try to figure out how to save some money, do some side gigs, try to figure out what we could do to get another freeze dryer in here. They gave us a phone call the very next morning and said, hey, we're moving up there and we're going to have to put stuff in storage. We have a large freeze dryer, and if you want to use it, it's yours to use. So we are going to store it for them. We are going to do some food for them in return. They didn't even ask for that.
Yeah, but we're gonna do
we're
it.
going to do it. And so then I'm going to teach her how to really get that going and, do everything that she can in there. But it's just a blessing, guys. If you understood to put a community together and have somebody that really they know you, but they don't really know you, but to be able to have that trust, to know that you could put such a high dollar machine into someone's house that you don't really know, that's huge.
Yeah.
That is huge. So we feel extremely blessed. It is going to be amazing for the business that we're building
and the community
and the community.
It's going to benefit our community
yes
too.
And I honestly, to be just honest with you, I don't know that I would have driven to push the business as much as I have in the last few days if it wasn't for that, because I don't think I could do the volume in just one machine. So extremely grateful to Indiana Mike and to MMR.
We could have done it. We could have done it.
It just would have taken longer.
It would have taken longer, and we would have had to take smaller steps. This is allowing us a little bit of leeway.
This is more my speed
to
jump in.
Yeah.
It's more my speed. It's just I'm kind of that doer, or I get something in mind and I just have to figure it out and get there. And when I feel like my hands are tied, I get frustrated, and sometimes I tend to just give up.
Right.
So
yes, she does.
So I'm very excited that I feel like I'm getting some of me back. I really do.
It's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yoda's in her element.
My goodness. But yes, so we were blessed that way. 2023 is turning out to be a pretty good year. We're making our schedule. Yoda, you are describing my corporate life.
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yep. Corporate works that way. And when you've been in there and you do that, real estate is the same way. And so when you get in there and you're doing all of that, it's a go, go, go. And it's a think off the top of your head and figure it out. And when you can't do that, your hands are tied.
So Joseph G just said, I feel like my hands are tied. Yes. I completely understand that. The last was exactly like that. The only thing I can say is keep wiggling your, get it loose. And eventually that knot's going to come untied. And when it does, you're up and running. And you can't. And I'm sitting here like I'm some sort of motivational speaker, and I'm not. I seriously, I spent most of last year pretty damn unhappy, and that's the key is not letting it get to you and not being unhappy.
Hypocrite.
I'm more like having an invisible fence. I can feel it, but nobody else can. You run too far, you go.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't know. And that's not the only thing. Just getting in with this candy distribution company is just absolutely amazing.
Well, you didn't say anything about that. You told them about that yet?
I said something to Spags.
No, but
okay. So with that extra freeze dryer coming, I knew that I could go ahead and expand a little bit more, and I needed to figure out where and how I was going to expand, because if I'm going out and I go to a big box store or whatever and I buy candy there and I'm paying taxes on it, I have to charge more to the consumer. I can't really do a wholesale price. I'm putting in the freeze dryer and it's taking up real estate, right? And so I had to figure this out, and I have been looking, Spags knows, I've been looking for a while how to get into a distribution company. I found one. Not only did I find, there's only two in the United States. Wholesale distributors.
Okay, wholesale.
So There's only two. And the one that I found is like-minded, family owned, and absolutely amazing. And it was funny to me because when the distributor for Kansas called me and we got to talking, we must have talked for an hour and a half. And when we got to talking, it was interesting to me because it was more like an interview on my end more than it was him selling the company to me. I found that very interesting. And so we were talking. There's another person that is doing the same. There's several people doing the same thing that we're doing, but there's one in particular that the volume and get their business plan and all of that same way we are. Their second freeze dryer. They bit off maybe possibly more than they could chew. And so, but they're figuring it out, and they had a national company contact them. Now, the nice thing about this distributor, they do not sell to the big box stores. You will not find this candy in Walmart. It's not going to happen. Well, except for the Skittles and the what was it?
So I want to say hi. Bird's Eye View Homestead popped in. Bobby Q popped in. Bobby, I got to ask you, how are things going with the sauce, man? I hope it's doing really well for you. I really do. Grateful Hearts Ranch is there.
Hey guys, Bobby Q actually made a comment on the bacon wrapped pork roast.
You can't go
Everybody
wrong.
loved it.
You can't go wrong with bacon wrapped anything.
Bacon.
Let's see here. Cheddar pepper prepper.
Say that 3 times.
No. 2 years ago, I cashed out my 401k and bought a house with a fire well and 1.5 acres. So much better and safer than living in the city.
Yes,
Amen.
Yes.
I mean, there's a whole different subset of problems that you have to deal with living out in the country and living on a piece of property like this. The benefits outweigh the downsides, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, but that being said, they're telling everybody the crime's coming this way, and we do see crime here. It's more meth heads and all that stuff, but we do see it. But they're saying it's coming, and it's coming fast. So we'll see what happens. But that's what building your community is about, because if and when that does happen, we all have each other's back.
Yeah, Barbecue's doing he's doing a sweet red. About to get sounds like something from the Midwest or Tennessee, like real barbecue sauce.
Like maybe we inspired him a little bit.
Real barbecue sauce,
maybe,
right, Bobby?
Maybe we'll have to try a little bit of that,
right,
Bobby. Huh?
If you're new to the channel, there's an ongoing dispute about what is real barbecue sauce. We're from the Kansas City. We're from the Kansas City area, so naturally, KC barbecue. Top of the list.
So you're always going to have Kansas City. What is it? Kansas City, Texas, and Carolina and Tennessee are always going to argue over whose barbecue is best.
I will say this, folks. If you have not tried Bobby's yellow sauce, give it a try. Seriously, it is good.
Yeah. I liked it. I didn't eat it like you did. Well, like I went back to go get some, and the entire bottle was gone.
I told you. You know,
I was thinking about it. You know, that slaw that I can. I'd honestly, yeah, oh yeah, yep, that's what I was thinking. Let's see.
And I am
Bobby. Maybe we may have to come up with something in the freeze dryer, because I can freeze dry slaw.
Well, and I'm kind of a barbecue snob. Oh, that reminds me. If anybody's in the North Carolina area.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Okay. Bobby Q, why don't you? Oh, he can't. Make him a moderator so that he can go in and post. So G is going to make you a and so you, Bobby Q, and you go in and then put your link in there so that people know how to order your sauce.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Bobby. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, you're ready to go now.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they made barbecue sauce in Alabama. I thought they just imported it from Tennessee, RN.
You're so mean.
Look, hey. I'll tell you what. If you're a barbecue enthusiast, it's too late in the year to do it now. But next fall, drive up to Kansas City during football season for a Chiefs home game, and go to the tailgate party in Arrowhead Stadium. That is That is by far the best barbecue conglomeration in the country. Seriously, it's well worth going. The Arrowhead sits down in a little bowl, and before game time in the fall, that entire bowl is filled with.
Hold that comment.
Which
right there. My Crooked Little Homestead. Hold
Okay,
it.
hang on a second. Okay, but yeah, seriously, go check it out. It's well worth it. What'd you say?
Okay, so my Crooked Little Homestead says, Yoda, I'm praying to God every day to give me strength. And this week he answered my prayers. We ran out of winter wood and we are in a deep freeze. It's supposed to get down to minus 33. I finally have. Oh,
Awesome.
Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. You know, God is just full of blessings this year. He really is. He always is every year. It's just that finally all of our hard work and dedication and
the party can start because T-Paw's here.
Oh, hey, T-Ball.
Barbecue nachos from Rendezvous in Memphis at AutoZone Baseball Park ain't bad. Oh, that does sound good. It does sound. Ain't it right? So Cassidy barbecue sauce. Is that what you meant when you?
What you put on meat
when you don't
cook it right?
Touche. Oh my goodness. Yeah. See this the whole barbecue argument. We could have an entire live stream on
it's just another argument like
maybe
the Army, Navy, Air Force,
maybe
Marine
we should
Corps.
do that next fall whenever real fall barbecue season.
Ooh, we could do a collab, have everybody do a video.
We do a live stream. We get a panel up there with everybody
doing their
everybody from different areas coming on and we may have to do that.
Oh, closed. Are you sure? I thought there was one in Blue Springs.
Cowboys.
Yeah, it's on 7. What is that? Old School Road, right there on the corner, across from CVS.
That was Plowboys?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So I thought that was
Tammy's here. The sauce. We put sauce on everything, even the doorknobs.
Licking the doorknobs. So yeah, so it's been very exciting. And then man, it's just been one good news after the other. It's been a blessing.
Yep. And we started getting together our festival schedule.
Yes. Oh, I guess this is an announcement you guys are going to want to know.
And it looks like we have not purchased the booth yet, but we are talking with Nicole Sauce from Living Free in Tennessee. We are going to be at the Self-Reliance Festival. We are planning on it. You know, things change, but we need to. It
won't change. I'll be launching a lot of my new recipes. So things that you guys have seen me cooking and I've been putting in the freeze dryer. I think we're going to go full on. There's going to be a lot of carnivores there. So my carnivore recipes will be there. We'll have those labeled, ready to go. Chicken Alfredo, all of that stuff. So which is not carnivore, but we'll have that in there. And it's going to be amazing. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. We're probably going to be camping, to be honest with you, just because we're trying to figure a few things out.
If we're camping around the campfire every night.
Well, that's true. Maybe that's where we need to be.
Yep.
So wherever God takes us is where we're going to be. So we'll either be at the campfire or we'll be in a cozy bed.
And then we've got there's 2 local things going on with so I work for an Indian tribe, and there's 2 local things going on with the Indian this quarter. And then we've got Spags. When is the next Midwest Preparedness Festival?
It's in April.
It's in April.
I think.
Did they have it?
Yeah. It's set. It's set. I want to say April 23rd through the 26th, somewhere in there. Not
Spags
sure.
is in here. He can answer
Spags
the
answer the question.
26th through the 30th.
I was close.
Now, if you guys are within driving distance, or you want to go camping, you want to drive a little bit further, Lake Perry, Kansas, the Midwest Preparedness Festival. This thing, if you don't know about it, it's gone on. Tag, if you're still in here, how many years has the camp out been going? I want to say like 12 years. It's a semi-annual camp out that we have, but it has grown
longer than that. I think it's over 15.
It has
Mhm.
grown into something that it's really special as far as festivals and campouts go. 14 years. Yoda and I helped organize a couple of them.
That was a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And Mr. Spags, he's got experience. He's got experience doing things like this, and he has bumped it up a notch, so to speak. It was the one last fall was awesome. It was really awesome.
Yeah.
And
we've got vendors out there now, and we've got YouTube channels out there now, speakers.
And it started out tag. There were like 5 or 6 families when it first started. I mean, when I stood the first one I went to, there were only about 30 people there. And this last fall, there were well over 100, and there were families, five families. There were a ton of people there, a lot of family, and there were a lot of day visitors.
Yeah,
that were that lived in the area. But if you guys are within driving distance of Lake Perry, which is it's about 25 miles northeast of Topeka, make plans, get some time off.
Come hang out with us.
Come hang out. If you're going to camp, it's going to be a little chilly.
Yeah.
The spring one is always a little chilly. It may rain a little bit too. But you guys need to get out there, and because you'll meet a lot of really good people.
Oh yeah. And this is the way you set up your community. You know, you get out there and you meet people and do all of that. That's how we met Tag and B. That's how we met
and
Spags.
Bobby and
Darren and Data
and Kyle.
Yeah. A lot
Nowhere
of them.
Homesteady.
Yeah, a lot of them. That's how we met them.
Barry Montgomery, who's in chat right now. We met all these people.
Yeah.
Charles and Patty.
Yep.
That we met them.
Yep.
So yeah, you can and we've got there's people in our inner circle, there are people in our outer circle, there's people in our community. We found out actually it was at the potluck. It was at the potluck we had. Guy I work with. We had for the homesteaders. Didn't even know he was a homesteader. Worked with him for a year. Ain't right. With my bed back, I literally
people have their backs out.
Oh, I missed what he's responding to.
You've got a lot.
Oh, Starla, you forgot about it. That's okay. We love you.
Oh, Starla. Okay, so I didn't. So here's another blessing.
Oh yeah,
and it's a blessing for everybody. So Starla sent me a ton of seeds, and so Tag, I know you're in here. For some reason, B's package went back to Starla. Starla is going to send that in the next package to me, and I will get that to you guys. But she sent me some seeds, and so of course, I ran and picked them up.
Some seeds.
Oh, it's a lot.
A lot of seeds.
And so I went through, but we're gonna do a seed library, type deal, like you do a food library, and
I don't know if you can do a seed library.
One.
They got to be in climate control. You can't leave.
We can climate control out there.
You can't.
Well, we just won't put them out.
You can do a seed exchange.
We won't put them out when it's really hot. We won't put them out, that kind of thing. So we'll just pull everything in.
But we're figuring out how to get them in other people's hands is the whole point.
Correct. And so what we'd like to do is, I've got this seed, and then I need this seed, and maybe it's a seed somebody doesn't know, and they can come exchange it and do that kind of thing and get that going. But she asked me, and I was back working on the pantry, and she's like, did you go through them? Did you get them? She's like, what's your favorite? And I was like, well, the cilantro variety by far is amazing. And then I finished everything up there, about 5:30 or so. And I came in, so I had time before the live to go through, and I picked my favorites out of there. She sent me Angelica. I have not been able to find Angelica. I've been a
long time.
8 years. 8 years for Angelica, and there's a package of Angelica.
Starla, correct me if I'm wrong. You are doing a veterans community garden, right? And that's how this whole thing started. And you were able to get people on board and help you build this. And you're passing the blessing on to us, and we are passing the blessing on to other people. And that's part of building a community, and that's part of it forward as part of a as part of a community. I mean, you guys are a community, seriously. Even though we've never met you in person, you're in here every week. You're supporting us on the channel, and
truly, a lot of you are becoming family.
yes, you are becoming family.
A lot. It's amazing.
And I don't even like people. I am not a people person.
There's a few on here I probably talk to on a weekly basis.
All right, Spags, you take it. Hey, respond back to my text I sent you about the strong men video that we need to do. Okay.
Yeah, we need to figure out the women portion of that too. And Rain Country, Heidi from Rain Country is on board, and so we need to figure that out.
Oh, you did? Okay, I haven't looked at my phone since I got home. I've been busy. So yeah, and there's another thing. We're gonna do a video. We're gonna. Oh my God, it terrifies me that I'm agreeing to this. We're the video.
I'm just gonna warn you right now. If you think it's gonna be some kind of feminism bashing men,
it's not that.
That is not
it's
what it
not
is.
that. It's not that. It's if you guys don't know, Spags and I did a video last Thursday, a live stream about weak men versus strong men, and we discussed it. Well, comment was made by Milkmaid that they should do one on about from a women's standpoint, weak women, strong women, and I brought it up, and several women said they wanted to do it. It scares me that I'm unleashing mama bears on y'all. Seriously, it's going to be that live stream. I'm going to have to be out here monitoring it to make sure it doesn't go off the rails, because it's going to be a bunch of mama bears all getting together and talking about mama bear stuff. Oh my goodness.
No, it's not.
Yes, I guarantee you that's the way it's going to.
No.
I guarantee you that's what it's going to turn into, man. Y'all are going to be stringing people up by the end of the live stream. Seriously.
Not true. Not true. It's just there's things, it's just a strong woman. Okay, so for example, a strong woman wakes up in the morning and comes to her kitchen sink, knowing that there's a bunch of dishes in the kitchen sink from the videos and everything that she had to do the night before. No big deal. I knew that I was putting them off until the morning because I had been cooking until 12:30 at night. No big deal. And so I came out and I look over to the side of the counter, and God bless, he's a good man. He made his breakfast. He, ate and did all of that. And he did his dishes, and they were drying on the side of the counter. That was awesome. Absolutely amazing. And I totally appreciated that. The rest of the dishes were in the sink.
Look, I'm telling you.
And I didn't get pissed.
You told me.
I didn't throw anything anywhere. I didn't do anything. I appreciated the fact that you did your dishes.
No, ain't it right? Strong women don't need my guidance, but the rest of the planet needs protection from them. Because when you get a bunch of mama bears together, oh my goodness. Listen, I'll tell you what.
He's not a coffee drinker. I don't have to do that.
Here is where I learned about mama bears. So I was a youth coach. I when our kids were younger, I did youth coaching, wrestling, football, softball, baseball, volleyball I helped out with. So I did a lot of youth coaching. Youth wrestling. You get these moms who are the sweetest people in the world. Seriously, they are so sweet. They are polite. They bring you gifts because you're teaching their kids how to wrestle.
Joseph G is interviewing to be my husband, I think.
But they do. They're such nice people. And then we get in the wrestling matches, and their children are wrestling. They're like little 8-9-year-old darling is wrestling. And they're on their knees at the side of the mat, pounding on the floor, screaming for their kid to kill this other kid.
That's not a strong woman.
No, those are mama bears.
Yeah.
Oh no, those women.
That's not a strong.
Those women were strong.
No, that's not a strong.
No, they were strong.
No, you encourage your child.
Jason's here. No, they were encouraging. Trust me, they were encouraging.
I've never encouraged my child
from
to kill another
Kentucky
child.
Sustainable's here. Hey, if you guys did not watch his video from today, he did an unboxing of some medical stuff that he got from Southern Prepper One.
Oh, cool! I'll go watch that.
I was wondering about the stuff that he was selling, and he did a good job. It's a quick video, but he did a really good job of explain what it was. And have you reached 1,000 subs yet?
Is he close?
When I saw the video, he was at 967. So if you're not watching this, or if you're watching this, you're not a him, go sub to him, help him get over that hump.
He is starting exactly what we have been doing, and even taking a little bit further.
No, he's way further than
that. And so you guys get over there and do that. Yeah. So I don't know. A strong woman is more than that, guys. A strong woman supports her husband and doesn't complain that she can't go buy a Coach purse. I don't complain that I can't go buy a Coach purse. Did I complain before?
Not Coach purses.
No, because I
remember discussions about your haircuts.
Well, okay, so that still ticks me off. This is bothering me. I'm not gonna lie, and
I think it's beautiful, and I think it's awesome.
He doesn't want me to cut his. Oh, well, then I'm a strong woman because I'm dealing with the consequences of my hair for you.
Well, I'm dealing with the consequences of my hair for you.
You were like
that. Or because of you.
You were almost like that when I married you. What are you talking about? Liar. He kind of reminded me of, so when I met him, one of the things that attracted me to him, and I have always had this fascination for Gerald McCraney. And so he looked just like him. And especially in the Marine Corps uniform, I was like, oh.
Major Dad was on TV at the time.
Jackie, it was Simon and Simon.
Illinois Jackie, the one we were just talking about now is Kentucky Sustainable Living.
Yeah.
Watch that one. And then we also, at the very beginning, we said, if you have not watched it, go watch Metcalf Mills.
Yes.
He gave an update on his situation. And
that takes a strong person to do that.
We have not watched it, so I cannot tell you what's in it. But go watch it.
Yeah. Tammy, I agree with you. Yes, it's easier to give forgiveness than it is permission. I agree with you. I also have the other saying, it's easier to just do it and ask for forgiveness later.
Oh, Rabbit Coyote's in here. Howdy, y'all, and the rest of Fine Prepping Peoples. So Rabbit Coyote is a moderator on JR's Freedom Morning thing at 6:30 Central Time.
Okay.
He's the main moderator on that. So if you guys get a chance to go out and see JR's Freedom Wake Up, Rabbit Coyote will be there, and he will make you feel welcomed. Ain't it right, Acre? Is a strong one is more valuable than any jewel, gem, or amount of gold. It's the weak man who only desires a weak woman.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and that goes back to Thursday night's live. And so there's a lot in there. So I really think the conversation is going to be interesting.
And the thing is, Spags and I did not even discuss
the women.
Well, no, we didn't even discuss how to be a strong man.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why you have to do a second.
We spent the entire time explaining how men have become weak, and that's laying the groundwork for talking about becoming a strong man. And I'm going to be honest, folks. In today's day and age, it's more important than anything. If you're in this community, or you're looking to be modernly.
Oh, that's so sweet.
This is how you do it. You have to be a strong man. Cheddar Pepper, Cheddar Pepper. Such a prepper. I would not be half the man I am without my wonderful Christian wife, Helen. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You and I've had our problems through our marriage. We are both very strong-headed and very pig-headed. But you know what? What? Guess what tomorrow is? Yeah, this made me feel real special.
Oh, I'm doing so much.
Tomorrow, folks, is our anniversary. How many years is it?
30.
We've been together for 32, but it's our 30th anniversary. And I came home and I was like, so where are we going to dinner tomorrow night? She's like, why are we going to dinner? Why are we going to spend
I was like,
money?
we have so much to do. Why are we going to go spend money and go to dinner? I could just make something here.
And then she goes, oh, it's our anniversary.
I was like, what's tomorrow?
Made me feel so special.
I didn't mean it that way.
No, honestly, Tag, sometimes it feels longer. And how many years have we been happily married?
According to you, 17. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
You know what? If
I was just thinking I needed to get the pantry painted so that I could get stuff out of T and Tag's hair. So that's what I was worried about. But
listen, we like I said, we have had our problems.
Everybody does. If you walk into a marriage and you think it's going to be perfect and you're never going to argue, you're never going to disagree with each other. If you think that is what's going to happen, up to you. I'm glad you found that other person. But when everyone has opinions and everybody has a different way of looking at things, then there are going to be discussions in there.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be things. You're living with each other 24/7. So of course, one's not in a good mood and just wants to relax, and the other one wants to talk. And you're like, really? Usually it's you. I'm not in a good mood and you want to talk. And so I'm like, I just need 5 minutes. Please, Lord, just give me 5 minutes. And then we have to have this discussion. And so that happens. But the thing is, can you walk away, take a deep breath, and come back and just say, I'm sorry, I love you? And that's the thing. You have to be able to say, I'm sorry, and then come back to a place and try to figure it out all over again.
And 2023 is the year that we're repairing all the crappy stuff that happened last year.
Well, and
you got to admit, it was a rough year for us.
Well, because 2021 was so great. I gave up my entire life, and not my entire life. I gave up what I knew. Is that a better way of saying it?
We went on an adventure,
comfortable with, and what I had been taught. And Tag knows this because there were several times, Tag's telling me assets. And I'm like, you don't understand. My entire life I was told save. And now you're telling me this is not the way to do it. Well, but here's the word, I was programmed to do it one way. But I saw the pain that my husband was going through, and it wasn't worth it.
Well, and there's a lesson to be learned here from us, because there are a lot of people making they are making big changes in their lives, and there's some families that are moving to our area.
All the trims, Starla.
Beth Bennett Mosner says 33 years.
Oh,
good for you.
Good job.
It's not easy. Yes, it's definitely worth it. But a lot of big changes are going to be coming, whether we want them to or not, right?
Well, yeah, and just the fact that we survived making the choice we made in 2021 and the crap we went through in 2022, I think we got a chance.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing.
Even if I have to make them sleep in the doghouse.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. We worked for 20 years.
Cheddars, they've been married 43 years in May.
Oh, congratulations.
My mom and dad were married for a long time. My mom passed away, and we had to convince my dad to go live his life. And now he's remarried, and I love her.
34 years since the divorce. Oh, but so we worked for 20 years to get to the point where we could make the decision that we made.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and it wasn't like we were working for that decision.
Right.
We did not know.
We didn't know we were going to have to make that decision.
Yeah, we did not know what was going to happen. We just knew that something was going to happen. And so we were preparing for it. There are people out there right now that are behind.
Some that have no clue.
I don't want to say behind the curve, because that's not really fair to them. They're making decisions, but they don't have as many options as what we had.
Right.
And looking at it from where we're sitting, the amount of stress that we went through, knowing that we had all these options, I cannot even imagine what it's going to be like for people that don't have these options.
Man, could you imagine when we were living in Grandview? Could you imagine this happening?
We couldn't.
We'd be stuck.
We could not have made the decision that we made. Seriously.
We'd be stuck.
So, and all I can say to people like that is persevere. Yeah. You have to make the decision. Make it with Put a lot of prayer on the front end of it. All right. And then once you make it, you have to commit. I mean, there's no going back.
Thank you, cul-de-sac.
Yes, thank you, cul-de-sac. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been hard. It's definitely been hard.
It's
and
always hard.
You know, and we've had our ups and downs.
Yeah, Bobby Q.
No,
Bobby
Q. I realize.
I feel sorry for any woman. I giggle sometimes. I watch other people's channels, and so I giggle sometimes because somebody will make a comment about Grumpy, and I have to giggle. I'm like, if you don't know how to cook, you're not keeping this man. And then I giggle some more, and I'm like, yeah, try living with this man.
Hey, when it comes to food. When it comes to food, I'm pretty damn simple.
What?
I ate pork tenderloin for 3 days straight and didn't have any complaints.
And every time he's sitting there, this is so good. And I'm like, are you burning out on that? Because I was worried because you were burning out on turkey. And I'm like, are you okay? What do I need to go in and do? And he's like, no, this is delicious. This is great.
Okay,
so
I was not shoveling it in my face
kind
like
of,
that.
Kind of. Yeah, no.
And like I said last week, had you wrapped that turkey in bacon, I probably would have been eating it
every day.
I probably wouldn't have got burned out on it either.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, it's funny, but yeah, I just love playing with my food. Would I tell you guys that I'm playing with my food? I'm literally playing with my food.
Tag knows.
G is the simple and you is complicated.
Yeah, I'm really simple.
I don't know about
no,
that.
I am. I seriously, I am a pretty. It's pretty damn easy to keep me happy, and it's pretty easy to keep me fed. I mean, I weighed 340 pounds at one point. So that tells you how easy it is to keep me fed. All right.
Well, so there's something right there. He had found when he was going through everything, a big cube of macaroni and cheese. And it was that Kraft macaroni and cheese. Ugh. Oh my gosh. And it was like, okay, he said, cook it up and then put it in the freeze dryer. So I started cooking it up and it was like, wait, it had been so long because I always make my own macaroni and cheese.
Anymore.
Yeah, I make my own macaroni and cheese now. I have for years.
Well, when the kids were small,
let me get to the story.
Okay. Get to the story then.
And so I'm cooking it, and just the stench, the smell of it was making me sick. And I was looking at the noodles. I'm like, why are these so small? I don't remember these being so small. And so I'm literally at the stove having a conversation with myself. And finally, as I'm looking at it, I was like, this is going to the chickens. And so I pulled the whole pan out. He happened to be coming in the driveway. And so when he came in, he goes, what are you doing? And I said, oh, come and smell this. And so he smelled it and he goes, oh, what's that? And he goes, well, it looks fine to me. No, you said it smelled okay.
It smelled okay, but it looked funny.
He said it smelled okay and kind of looked funny. And it was like, so it's the kind of both to me. And I had to add an extra cup of milk in there just to make it look right. And I told him, I said, I'm not eating this. And I said, and I cannot believe we ever fed our kids this. And I cannot believe we ate this.
Okay, I missed it. Okay. Cul-de-sac says, hear your ears burning the other night. I hear you are a gnome boss. And then the gnome life, and it's Skane's girl says it's gnome. How did you become a gnome?
Hang
on.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. She got up. I know where she's going. I'm not going to say anything.
It was Tags Live.
It was Tags Live?
It was Tags Live. And I happen to have tuned in that section. So I just want to show Tag and use. Do I have it right?
There you go.
There you go.
Tilt it forward a little bit.
That way?
There you
right
go.
There you go.
That's our gnome.
But it's true. I do not like gnomes. And for some reason, this showed up in my kitchen. And
you bought it, didn't you?
Yes, because I thought it was funny. And it was white. It didn't have a lot of color on it. So it didn't freak me out. And so I was like, well, because everybody kept saying you have to have a gnome. You got to have a gnome. So I did that gnome. And so they were trying to freak because they knew it freaked me out.
See, Lucky Dame doesn't. You're in good company.
Good. Yes. No, I'm not a gnome person. And sometimes the elves.
Look, there's gnome argument from Tag. Folks, I have missed Tag and Bees live for the past 4 weeks because every Friday I've been in that stupid pantry. It's gonna
Why
be good.
gnomes? So there was some things like I don't remember what it was. It was like 80s. It was back in the 80s when I was a kid. There was I'm not at all. And like my mom for some reason
Leprechaun?
what it was Leprechaun. But there was
That was
another
Warwick
one too.
Davis. So awesome.
Yeah, but there was another one too. And like my mom thought it was okay for us to watch Poltergeist. And I was like, that movie freaks me out. And so he loves horror films. And so he thinks it's funny. He'll turn them on.
You made me think of Ian's 11th birthday party.
I'm literally sitting like this because I cannot watch the film. And I'm like, why do you do this to me? He tortures me. The only gnomes I would tolerate are the yard gnomes.
Holding pew-pews.
No.
They've got combat gnomes.
That's even worse. Don't give them a gun.
Yes.
No, that's even worse.
They're protecting.
No, don't give them a gun.
Okay, I have to share this story because this is so awesome. Our son was 11 years old, and he wanted to sleep over, and they wanted to go to the drive-in because we used to go to the drive-in all the time. Love going to the drive-in. If
barbecue, I do not.
If you guys got a drive-in near you, go in the summertime. Go do it. It's so much fun. Anyway, what was Amityville Horror, the remake? It was the remake of the Amityville Horror, right?
I think.
Anyway, so the second movie in the double feature was a horror movie, and so there were like 6 kids there. I said, okay, call your parents right now, and we want to hear them say it's okay that you can go see this movie.
You guys are terrible, all of you.
So they all said okay. They said yes, you guys can go see this movie. So we go to the drive-in. They all pile into the back of the truck. Later, we get not 1, not 2, but 3 phone calls that are mad at us. They're like, "Why are you mad at us? My son's having nightmares. What did you go? We called you and got permission to take your kids. Our kids, like Angela
we
said,
didn't even want our kids to go, and I didn't want to watch it.
No, she's right. I love horror movies. By the time my daughter was 7 years old, her favorite movie was The Lost Boys. Every time the vampires got killed in The Lost Boys,
she laughed.
She cheered. It was the greatest thing.
Yeah. Bobby Q, let me back up. So on my mac and cheese, I see everybody's comments here, and all of you, I'm telling you, heavy whipping cream. If you want the richest mac and cheese, heavy whipping cream. Forget the half and half. Forget the condensed milk. Go to heavy whipping cream, and make sure it's a fresh heavy whipping cream. I'm telling you, it's the best mac and cheese you'll ever have. And you got to also spice it correctly. Maybe I ought to do a video on that. I may already have one. I think I was reconstituting it from the freeze dryer, maybe, or something like that.
Terminator says her sister-in-law had a gnome stolen from her garden. She put it all over Facebook. A person brought it back, and there was an envelope with it. There were pictures of the trip they took.
There you go. Starla had it was a chicken and a rooster, and then some chicks that were there. She put it in their garden. Somebody stole it. Put it on Facebook, Starla. Maybe that's what you need to do.
So down the road, if anybody knows we're going to be at a festival, do not bring gnomes. Stop it. That would be mean.
I'm not going then.
That would be mean.
I'm not going then. It's not happening. That was mean. Should we go back to strong men and weak men?
That's very.
That was mean.
I'm not afraid of gnomes, so I'm pretty strong in that respect.
That was mean.
Look, I'm pushing you. How come whenever
that's not a comfort zone?
How come whenever Tag pushes you outside your comfort zone, he's a great person?
I knew where you were going with that. See, I can read your mind. I knew exactly where that was going. I am not. That is not a comfort zone thing. That's awful. No.
Bring her a Yoda instead.
I have so many Yodas already.
Jonathan says he is not bringing gnomes.
Thank you.
So
if you bring me a gnome, I'm not feeding you.
Strong gnome.
Right now.
Me, I'm a Yoda gnome.
Oh my
I'm not the one
gosh.
posting it all in chat.
This is all Tag's fault. He set this up on his live. Really kind of. Did you know that? Did you
No,
know
I
he
told
set
you
it
I
up?
have not. Listen, the last 4 Fridays I have been in that room building out the prepper pantry. You know.
Oh my gosh. Now he's going to make it his mission to find a Yoda
Oh, I'm
gnome.
sure they do.
Oh my gosh. You guys are terrible. Terrible.
I'm just trying to help you be a better person.
How is that a better person? Not into mythical human-like creatures. Well, Joseph G, I can appreciate that, but try growing up around a Celtic family, and then there's Italian family, there's Irish family, there's what else would you got? Everybody has a superstition, everybody's got like there's something out there, you know. So you got to have the Italian horn hanging off your neck in order for good luck, and you got to have this. And I know it's all stuff, but it is just stuff. But when you start seeing things, and you know, I don't
Virginia
know.
says we mustn't be short-sighted. Know what she's saying? Cheddar pepper prepper in
no
our
more
area.
Recipes for you.
The high school mascot is a bear. People put little bears around their yards so kids can try to spot them as they drive by. Yep. Starlet, she saw the movie Chucky. Now I cannot sleep next to a wall or window.
Right.
I dream of Chucky.
Right. Like I remember as a kid, I used to like, what was it? My mom told me this story. So when her and Aunt Carol, they ended up having to share a bed for some reason. And my Aunt Carol turned over and looked at her and said, "Did you hear about the man that's running around the neighborhood and he likes to come in and cut little girls' ears off?" And my mom got freaked out. And then she freaking told me if my feet are hanging over the bed, they're gonna get ripped off. And then
your mom,
poltergeist, and I had this clown, and Dad's on here. Dad probably remembers this. They bought me this clown, and the stupid clown was part of the movie, and it's underneath the bed.
Was that the one you gave Lexi?
No, I think didn't I throw it away?
Lexi had one like that.
Oh, I don't remember keeping that. I thought I threw it away. I thought I got rid of it. I felt like I was obligated to keep it. And then when I started going through stuff, I'm like, no, this thing's got
the one that creeped me out. The one that creeped me out whenever our daughter was a child. There was a doll that had these little computer chips that stuck in them. And remember that thing that talked? This thing.
Oh,
we took the chip out of it and it was still talking.
What was it? It was the skate girl. It was that like this doll that it was on skates and you could talk to it and it would respond back to you.
Yeah, clowns. I don't have a problem with clowns. Monkey. You know what though? We had a conversation about monkeys with Sam Elliott mustaches and Tom Selleck mustaches. And I'm just saying, man, that if I had a monkey that had a Sam Elliott mustache, that would be so freaking cool.
You guys are so weird. Oh my gosh. Luckily, I was kind of prepared for the gnome thing tonight. I was hoping since we had gotten this far that it really wasn't going to continue.
Starla can't do clowns either, Angela, so you're in good company.
Oh, the circus is hard.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit. So like if native voice, and so if you go to his channel, it actually took me a little bit because when he would do the little memes and he had the clown coming out, it was for
Biden. Whenever Biden
for Biden, then the donkey was Kamala.
No, the donkey was AOC.
Oh, but Kamala had one. What was it? And so anyway, so he had that. It took me a minute. It probably took me quite a few shows before I would actually start watching his introductions because I
Lucky Dame Preparedness says clowns don't scare me. I just don't like them. They irritate me.
Oh yeah, I do not watch it. That's
you know what? None of that stuff ever scared me.
And you know what it is? It just sticks in my mind. And so then I go to bed and I have dreams. And so it just doesn't make for a good combination.
Okay. You know what scares me? Stupid people. No, seriously. We can, as a country and as a people, we can survive almost anything. And we have. We've survived a long time. We cannot survive the people that vote to put the idiots into Congress now. We can, as a people, we can't survive it. And stupid people scare me because it goes back to the weak man, strong man conversation. Weak men, stupid people are easily led down certain paths, and they do monstrous things. I was talking about that book on the live stream the other day, the Ordinary Man, the story of the 101st Reserve Police Battalion. Those guys were just like people in this chat. They were just like your neighbor. They committed the most horrendous atrocity, one of the most horrendous atrocities in modern history. And they did it willingly. And that's what scares me. So horror movies are an escape.
See, the true demic is willful ignorance. I agree with that. There was actually, I was listening to the radio when I was in there, and I can't remember who it was. I'd never heard him before. It was somebody that marked something, and conservative radio. And he was talking, and he said, "Listen to this interview." And so he puts this interview out, and you could clearly tell it may be a girl of 18 to 24. And she started talking about, she's like, "Let me get this straight. I make $1. The person that gave me $500 had to pay taxes on that $500. Now that I have the $500, I have to pay taxes on that $500. And if I go spend that $500, I have to pay taxes again. And the people that I gave it to, they have to pay taxes on it." And it goes on and on and on. And finally she goes, "I can't even anymore." And she just stops and gives up. And the whole point of him playing it was like, why'd you stop? You were getting it. You were getting the picture. And they just don't want to deal with reality.
We live in a country full of goats.
Yeah.
Seriously. Dave Ramsey tells a story about becoming financially free. His sister was into roping when they were kids. And they used a goat instead of a cow. They had a goat that she was practicing roping on. Well, this goat got to the point where it knew where it was going to get roped and hogtied every time. So this goat would run out into the middle of the ring and stop because it knew it was going to get hogtied. And that's a lot of people in this country, and I didn't mean for the conversation to go like this, seriously, but a lot of people are like that goat. They know what's going to happen, so they just do it.
Mm-hmm. I would take the gnomes over the zombie apocalypse, and Cheddar, that is a horrible story to tell your children. That was just
my
mean.
Kids ask why there's crumbs in their eyes in the morning. I said that a monster eats cookies all day, but it doesn't.
There's a second portion of that too.
He checks the kids at night. The crumbs fall from his mouth and their eyes, but he eats the kids that are awake. They are lucky they were his kids were lucky they were asleep. They never had trouble sleeping after that.
Gnome apocalypse. No, I guess you could. Well, there's no such thing as
zombie.
Magic.
There are zombie gnomes. There's a company.
Get out of here!
Zombie
Stop
gnomes.
it.
Okay. Full confession here. Zombie stories are my favorite. I love. You ask her. I love zombie stories. When I did the,
it's ridiculous.
When I did the wargaming, played war games, ran zombie games. Love zombie games. Love The Walking Dead until they went off the rails. But anyway, that's another complaint. Yeah. Zombie clown gnomes. Yes.
What the hell? How does Tag know all this? Did you?
That was Rich.
No, I know, but how did Tag even know about the gnome thing?
I don't know. I wasn't watching it.
B.
Tag. Have we had it tonight? Was the first time we've talked in a couple of weeks. Yeah, and because we both of us have been so busy,
Is that why they say you get my coat? Yeah.
Rabbit Cutter says, go to any big city, plenty of zombies walking around right now. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which really upsets me because I really love zombie fiction, but now I can't too
enjoy much reality in it.
Yeah, I can't enjoy it because there's too much reality in it.
Yeah. No, it's just absolutely crazy. And Patty, I did see your comment, and so I will be having G go delete that because I know what you probably sent me, and I'm not looking at it. She probably sent me a picture. She said, "Go check your phone." So I'm sure there's a picture of some kind of weird gnome on there. So, or a scary clown or something like that. Yeah, so that's no joke, actually, Joseph. So our son has said as much. And so that lifestyle is for them. A lot of them, there's a lot of drug addiction and they just cannot get things straight. And so even Teepaw and I were having a conversation today, and I was telling her, Ian was talking about in the homeless camps, all of the meth labs, and now there's portable meth labs and all that stuff, and doing it, and do what?
The fentanyl.
And the fentanyl. And so they're starting to see that now there. Somebody right now, Sheriff's Department is thinking that there's a meth lab in the hills there.
Tell you think something like that would sell?
Not from us.
Okay,
I'm not wearing it.
Apparently, it's not going in our bonfire store. Yeah. Okay, so we've been at this for an hour and 15 minutes. I did not get any news articles today. I knew, but we had today was a very busy day at work, and I accidentally deleted the stuff I had started to gather. So I do not have any news stories. Has anybody got any?
Yeah, heroin does make people act like zombies, but the meth does too. And so we see a lot of that here. There are a lot of, and I saw it in San Diego too, and Kansas City. They can't think for themselves. The only thing they can think about is that next hit, and they keep going. I mean, all the way to the point that their teeth are gone and eaten away, and their skin. I say it. I don't know. I don't mean any offense because I know that's an illness, but dog scratches me or I get bites or we're working hard on the farm. And so I've got stuff all over, summertime and mosquitoes and ticks and all of that. I tell him all the time, like, I am just so tired of looking like a crack whore. And, we just kind of go back and forth. But when you're in the city a lot, you see things, and that I really do. I feel like if I go out like that wearing shorts, and that kind of people see that and they kind of wonder, like, oh, what are you doing?
I missed it earlier. They're talking about unisex bathrooms now in the chat too.
So Rickster says San Diego was the meth capital of the world for decades. Well, Independence, Missouri, is the
no.
capital.
I think they lost out.
Did they lose out?
Because they're number 2 now.
Are they?
They used to be Jackson County, Independence, Missouri, the meth capital of the country for a long time, back when it was starting. Not that that's a thing to be proud of. I'm just saying it was one of those things.
Yeah.
Oh, Teepaw, are you still in here? What is the name of that video you sent about the eggs? Do you remember the name that she sent?
No, I'm reading what's going on. So somebody, oh no, they're stealing your mail. This is not good.
Yeah. But Teepaw sent us a link for a video, and the guy did a very good on the egg situation. Mr. Tom from South Bama.
Yes,
that's the name. Yes. That's the name of the channel. Go look that up. He did a breakdown of, and he was only talking about one egg producer, but he looked at their numbers, and his conclusion was he could not understand why egg prices are going up.
Yeah, Hippocrates, you're right. And so that's one thing we did. You can go to, and I know, big box store, Lowe's, Home Depot, any hardware store. And we were able to get a good size mailbox that had a lock on it. And so we have the keys. Postmaster, post person can get the mail in there, and we can go get all of that. It's locked up. And then we also have instructions with the post office that if there's a package delivered, it has to be behind the gate at the door. Yep. And so if they can't do that, it goes directly to the post office, and then they give us a call. So
there you go. Lucky Dame just posted.
Thank you, Lucky Dame.
Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Go, if you get a chance to watch that video, go watch it, because it's very, He really doesn't answer any questions, but he lays out the question very well. Very, very thorough in his investigation.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's only one egg producer, but I guarantee you it applies across the board.
Yeah. So something else too, with the mill situation, Teapot, and for any of you that are also in here, and especially Indiana Mike, you guys coming out here, make sure you get one of those mailboxes that have a lock on them, because there was an alert that came out, a warning that came out on the radio as I was in the pantry working, and they literally said that veterans right now are one of the worst hit for scams. And so they're trying to get you to buy back your records. They're stealing your mail, trying to get your benefits so you can buy back benefits. I'd never heard of that before.
That's what I did when I worked for the DoD.
Well, so the scam now is you can come and buy back your benefits to get your retirement, etc. And then who knows, they'll probably start getting into the VA and all that stuff. So keep everything locked up.
Cul-de-sac says, I'm seriously researching raising quail. What is a reliable place to get them? So the only place we've ever gotten quail from is private purchases. We raised them for a long time. I really like them. We had the Contrex. I think that's how you pronounce it.
The what?
The Contro quail. Remember the little quail we had?
Oh yeah.
So the quail we had they weren't worth eating. Seriously.
No.
Our entire flock would have made a good meal for two people, and we had like 20 of them at one point.
Yeah, I found a better actual chicken to do that.
The egg production. Before we had chickens, we were doing quail eggs, and a lot of effort for very little egg. That's harvesting the eggs. The quails themselves were they were dead simple. Seriously, they were outside all the time. The only thing I did in the wintertime, I put a heat lamp over them and plastic over their cage to keep the heat in. Really durable, and they lasted. I think that the last one died after about 10, 12 years. But by then we had chickens, and I decided we weren't gonna go quail again.
Cheddar, I never thought about putting a camera that looks at the mailbox. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. Night, RN. Good seeing you here.
Go get some sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of scammers out there. It's getting ridiculous. They're even hitting YouTube channels. So absolutely no, if you see something in our chat or comments or anything, and if you say, oh gosh, they're asking for money or they need money, and you have to hit a link to go do that, don't do it. We're not on that. If we are, we'll announce it, but it would be for something else.
We're losing people left and right because it's getting late.
Oh, well, then we can say goodnight.
Yeah. Pretty soon, I'm getting tired too. I need to hit the rack. I got to be up early in the morning. Yeah, Teapot Social Security got hit. It's happening all over. Actually, Tammy Eaker, you're not leaving early. We're running up to an hour and a half, and we really need to call it quits.
I need to go paint.
We gotta finish up the day's events and get ready. I need to get ready for bed. She's gonna go paint.
Yeah. So, well, it's Tuesday. I might watch my show and then go paint.
With any luck, I'll get some video of her covered in paint here in the next couple of days.
Well, then, now challenge accepted. I have to get it all painted tonight while you're sleeping.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to do multiple passes.
Yeah. So on the quail, I always like those. What they call them? They were the hens, and I used to get them. So when we were
Cornish hens?
No, they weren't Cornish hens. It was the little hens that I would get at Aldi's. Remember when they were like less than $1. I think I could get 2 for $1 long time ago. And we were making a meal stretch, and I would stuff them with rice and that kind of stuff. Do you remember that? You don't remember what were they?
Yeah, they were Cornish hens.
Well, I found some pan fryers, and those are a little bit bigger. Not as big as a chicken, but I think those are going to do the job. So,
no, Lucky says they're known as gnome hens.
I don't even know what to say.
Hey, our address, our PO box is in the about page on our
Who
YouTube channel. Well, I'm just letting people know that if they want to mail anything.
No, we're not. No.
If you guys want to mail anything,
No.
our PO box is in the about page.
No. Okay, so now from now on, every time I go to the post office, I'm bringing the packages back, and you have to open them all. This is not happening.
Okay, folks. In all seriousness, we're getting towards an hour and a half. It's getting kind of late. We got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Got the JOB and
6-foot inflatable.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool.
No.
You got anything to say as we're going out? You got any last comments aside from Life Done Free?
Man, you know what, you guys, I would just say keep the faith and make sure that you stay strong and think positive and keep moving forward. And if you do that, the Lord is going to put people in place in your path that are going to help you out, and you're going to build your community and make sure that you make everybody successful around you. Because I'm telling you, Mike and MMR, they're not just blessing us, they're actually doing something for themselves as well, because we are going to be able to bless them back.
Yes.
And so we can help build their pantry, and they help build our business. And so that's super exciting.
Yes.
If you guys can be a blessing to someone, we would really like you to figure out how you can do that. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be very small. And just figure out how you can do it. And look, we had somebody bless us that we're going to be able to bless other people. We can get these seeds together and make sure other people are getting seeds and getting their gardens in, have medicine and all of that stuff. So it's super exciting that this is working out. So I just encourage all of you to find a way to do that too. Build your community, do something like this, reach out to the people in here. I know a lot of the people in this chat that would be very extremely willing to help you build something like that and be a blessing to other people. And so in that, I leave you.
All I got is, in all seriousness, persevere.
Liberty Tree.
If you guys are up 6:30 a.m. Central, the only time zone that matters, go check out the Liberty Wake Up in the morning. JR does a really good job. It's only 30 minutes long. Go check it out. Give them some support. It's another free speech thing. Go
Teepaw, I think I have some horseradish seeds. I'll look. If not, we'll split root in the fall.
Go check out Freesteading. At the very least, become a member and go to your state page.
That's good.
on Freesteading and meet people in your area and check out the calendar. Know that in times when you're feeling down, that you're not alone.
Right.
If you need a hand, if you need anything,
ask.
Reach out to this community. Reach out to our subscriber base, and we can support you. If we can't support you literally in person, we can support you.
Just getting virtually. The information out and letting everybody know, here's what's needed in this community. Do you have, and share. And that's happened several times. Starla has offered to ship trees out. Mm-hmm. And so, this is a great thing. I love what we're building here. What a great family. You can't, what is it?
Speak devil, JR just popped in to say hi.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Hope things are going well for you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
So go over, check them out. And until next time, guys, go live a life done free.
All right. Take care.
Love y'all. Good night.